Welcome viewers to our third episode of Unlock the Future with AI, brought to you by Akili AI. I'm your host, Jocelyn, and as always, it's always an honor to host you. We also want to encourage you to please put comments, questions, anything that you might be hearing in this episode that maybe you want further clarification. We'll be glad to respond. And before we dive into today's episode, I want us to watch a recap of last week's episode.
So what the AI will do is it will allow a lot of processes which are currently manual to be automated. And from a customer point of view, what that means is that things that might take weeks today can be done in minutes. And so what I expect to see in AI, and actually this has been borne out over the last couple of years, is that AI adds to capability. And what it means is that people's jobs alter where they're doing fewer of the tedious, mundane tasks, and they're spending more time working on the higher value add tasks. So, you've got a choice. You can either stay where you are or you can move with the flow. It's a bit like saying, the internet is coming. Do you want to adopt it or do you want to ignore it, right?
Yes.
So I think AI is coming, and the sooner you get engaged with it, the sooner you figure out where it's going to add value in your organization.
Well, you realize that we went deep into AI and how it affects banking today. And I'm honored and excited, as always, to host Simon. Welcome again to our podcast.
Thank you, Justin.
And picking up from last episode where we really saw how AI is transforming banking. Mm-hmm. Now, I know just like in the 90s when internet was coming, there was hype and everyone was excited. Mm-hmm. But very few people were able to get the benefits of what the internet does. Now, right now, there's excitement about AI. So for me, who is in the banking sector, or for somebody who uses finance on a day-to-day basis, what can they really gather? What do they really get from this?
Yeah, so I think that's a really important point. And I think it's quite easy to be misled almost by the press that you see around AI. So the press very much focuses on what is the most complicated thing that AI can possibly do. So can it play chess better than a human or whatever it may be? Mm-hmm. But actually this new generation of generative AI, the real uses of it are much more straightforward. They're things like, is the address format on this application form correct?
Yes.
Does this ID correspond to the person's face?
True.
Those sorts of things. So while the AI can do very complicated things, actually there are huge numbers of jobs which software finds really difficult, but humans find easily, that AI can, or tasks at least, that AI can do for you. So what that enables you to do is to improve the quality and the speed of operations within an organization.
I know when you talk about, or rather when you're talking about digital transformation, many people understand. I understand digital transformation to be the use of software, application of software, getting the latest software, updates, upgrades. Now AI, so that we clearly understand, is AI a software? Is it an algorithm? Is it something that was founded and created to make work easy? How would you clearly demarcate the issue for us?
Yeah, so at one level it is software, and another level it isn't. So the key thing with software is that you normally write down every step that the software is going to take, and it just methodically goes through those steps. Yes. With AI, what we've done is to allow the AI to actually learn for itself from training data. We haven't told it exactly how to go and do things. And so while the AI looks like software, there are some things that are a bit different. So in particular, the AI or generative AI uses probability to come up with answers. Yes. And so if you ask an AI the same question 100 times, it may give you one answer 99 times and a different answer 100th time.
Yes.
So that means that when you're working with AI tools, you need to approach it slightly differently to the way that you do with software. And there are additional things you need to think about around governance, ethics, all of those sort of things, which you don't normally need to think about with conventional software.
So now that, will I be right in saying AI is fast-paced? I know it's fast-paced because there's tools every day. There's tools which I know you as a technologist will recommend a bank to have, systems to put in place. But how can I select probably strategies, AI applications or programs that benefit me directly or important things in my business? Not just because everyone is doing it.
Yeah, no, exactly right. And I think it's very important to distinguish between the AI technology and the AI solutions. So the way I sometimes describe it is, imagine somebody came to you with a blank spreadsheet, right? It's a useful tool, but it doesn't do anything for you until you put some numbers into it, right? And so the key thing you need to do is to put the numbers into the spreadsheet.
Yes.
So in exactly the same way as a business, be it a bank or any other business, the first thing to do is to look at where are your problems, where are the challenges, and where would you get most value if you could go and fix those problems. And then they're the ones that you want to think, okay, can I use AI to go do that?
Yes.
So, within a bank, you might have a challenge that you need to manage loan repayment performance.
Yes.
Think of it like I've given you a spreadsheet, right? The spreadsheet is the AI. It doesn't actually do anything till you put the numbers into the spreadsheet.
True.
So as a business owner or a problem owner, what you want to do is to figure out what your problem is and how the AI is going to help you go and address that problem.
Yeah.
And then in one sense, it's like developing a software application. In other senses, there are a few other things that you need to think about.
Yes.
So the first one is that AI is based on probability. So what it means is that it might give you one answer 99 times out of 100 and a different answer, one time out of 100.
Yes.
So you need to think of ways in which you can deploy the AI which copes with that circumstance. You also have some other things that you need to think about. So AI is very good at pretending to be a human. And so you need to think about the governance and ethical issues that go around that. So there's a few other things to think about. Yeah. But yes, it's broadly similar to rolling out a software product, but with a few extra things.
Wow, that's interesting. So you're saying maybe 5 years or even sooner, from when a customer is entering a bank to when they're being served or when they're applying for loans or whatever, being, deposits, are we saying that AI is probably going to take over all that entire process?
I mean, it could, right? So essentially what you have is a digital solution that goes from end to end, and AI will be solving specific parts of that digital solution. But yes, there are already sort of digital fintechs which don't have any branches at all, right?
Yes.
So,
Yes.
So you can do entirely digital banking. That's certainly possible. But yes, what you'll see is a lot of the more straightforward tasks will be undertaken, sort of automatically. Yeah. But that then frees up people to do other things. And what will happen is the customer's expectation will rise.
Yes.
And so people will be doing different roles rather than the ones necessarily they were doing before.
Yeah, because I think personally, like in my bank, there's elements of that where you come in, there's actually there's a teller, you press, actually key in your number, it prints a ticket for you.
Right.
You sit, the machine, not a teller, or somebody on staff, the machine literally calls out your number.
Right.
So pretty soon it's going to be scary where they actually call out my name, just in your next.
Right.
Because I agree with you. So does it mean that every bank right now should work on a framework that they can use for AI, the AI strategy in their bank?
I think AI is coming. So each bank needs to figure out how they want to adopt AI within their organization. Arguably, there'll be no need for branches in 10 years' time, right? Because everything will be done digitally.
Yes.
But then maybe that says, well, we need to reinvent what the branch is, right? The role of the branch.
Yeah.
And so maybe that becomes a sales function as opposed to an operational function.
Yes.
These are the sort of things that need to be thought through.
Yeah.
But they're sort of big picture type things. The beauty of generative AI is that it can be applied really quite quickly and straightforwardly to problems.
Yeah.
So rather than sort of boiling the ocean, the thing to do is to pick specific point problems that you want to go solve, produce a solution to that particular problem, incorporate it, and then move on to the next one and move on to the next one and move on to the next one. So we very much advocate incremental application of AI because a lot of the challenge that the bank has is not the AI at all. It's about how does the bank reorganize itself in the new world order that has AI in it. Yeah. And that's quite difficult to predict.
Yes.
So a good way to do that is to do some relatively straightforward applications, see how they work, and then iterate and repeat as appropriate.
Okay. So Simon, thank you so much I've learned so much myself on a personal level, and I hope in the next episode we can get to learn more.
Look forward to it. Thank you, Justin.
Thank you so much, viewers, for watching. Remember to like, subscribe if you're watching on YouTube, share this episode if you're watching from the app. And until next time, continue to unlock the future with AI. Bye.
If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with others who are passionate about the future of business and technology in Africa. See you next time.